A woman is in a store buying grapes. She then takes the money out of a plastic bag. The man, seeing that, asks why she kept her money in that place. She says she kept it there for security reasons and that she couldn't trust anyone. The man's son then tells the woman that it was a counterfeit note. She then says that that was not possible, as she had just received that money working. She asks the boy to check money again. The man then takes the note and tells the woman to be calm, because that money is real. He then tells his son to get the change for the woman. The woman then thanks her and leaves. The man's son then asks why his father accepted that note, since it was a fake note. He then tells his son that they should help people without expecting anything in return. He tells his son to attend to another customer. The boy then greets the woman. She asks how much that plum cost. So he says it was $5, and the woman asks how much the line was, and he says it was $10. The woman then asks, what would the boy do if she bought all those fruits? He said he would buy his mother's medicine and something for him to eat. The woman then said she would take everything they were selling there. The man, then, is very happy and asks if she was really going to do that. She says that yes, she wanted to take all the fruits, but that she had one condition. They needed to help her to her car. The man then tells his son to hurry up and help him with that. Arriving in the car, they help to put it in the trunk. The woman then hands the man her money and thanks him. He then says that the law had more money than was needed. She then says that it was okay and that he could have the rest. She then thanks the man and wishes him a good day. The man then goes back to his son and says that he now had money to buy medicine from his wife. The son then tells him not to forget his cake. The two then were going to the pharmacy when they pass by the woman, and she tells her helper to follow them. Later, the man tells his son that they already had his mother's medicine and that they could surprise her. The woman, seeing that, says she wanted to give them a ride. She then asks how long the man had his shop. He said it was a short time ago, somewhere between 5 years. The woman then tells the man that she was very lucky, as she had won the lottery. She then asks if her helper was on the right path, and the man says yes, and that his house was nearby. Later, they arrive at the man's house. The man and his son then get out of the car. He thanks the woman for the ride and asks if she would like a glass of water. She says yes, and the man tells her to wait a bit as he would clean up his house. The helper then asks if that couldn't be something dangerous, but she said it was okay. What was it for her helper to wait for her in the car? The two then enter the house and tell the wife that they had bought her medicine. The wife then says she was glad they arrived. She then asks how their day was. I say that was great, and the woman asks how the sales were. The man says they had sold everything, and his wife is surprised and says that was great news. At that moment, the woman enters the house. The wife, seeing the woman entering her house, asks her not to send her away from that house. She says that when she gets better, she will collect all the money she owes and pay it all off. The man then said that that woman, her friend, and she had bought all the fruits. At this moment, the little boy arrives and hands the woman a glass of water. She then realizes that that water was dirty, and the boy apologizes, as that was the only water they had. She then says okay and drinks the water. The wife then asks if it was true that she had bought everything. The boy says yes and shows his mother the medicines they had bought. She then thanks the woman and asks God to bless her. The woman then said it wasn't necessary she thanks her. She said that the woman's husband was a fine man and their son was a very good child. She then says she had important things to do and said she had to leave. She then thanks them and wishes them luck. They then thank the woman for everything and the woman leaves. The man tells his wife to stay calm, as she will soon get better. Wife then says she expected that to happen. She then asks her son to get her a glass of water. The woman then goes to her car and gets into it. The helper then asks if she was alright, and she said yes. She says that the most humble people were the people who had the least and that they were the most honest people. The helper then asks why she was saying that, and she says that she had learned a lesson that day. She then asks him to get the fruit she had bought. He asks why, but she says that soon he would understand. Helper then hands the woman a pineapple and a knife. She then tells her helper that she was going to cut the pineapple in half to get out everything that was inside it. She then said that soon he would understand what she wanted to do. Later, the woman goes to the man's house and calls him. He then answers and asks if something had happened. She then said that it was fine, but she had bought a lot of fruit, so some of it might go bad. She then said that she had brought him some fruit for him to resell. The man then thanks you. The woman says no need to thank her, and she leaves. Inside the house, the wife asks who was at the door. He says it was his friend and that she had delivered that pineapple. The wife then says that the woman was a good person. The man then says he would cut the pineapple and asks his son to give his mother's medicine. The boy then says yes, that he will get his mother's medicine. Arriving in the kitchen, the man takes a knife to cut the pineapple. He then notices that the pineapple was already cut and that inside it was a plastic bag. He realizes that there was a lot of money inside the bag and calls for his wife. He then goes to her and shows how much money was inside the pineapple. The wife and her son then ask what was going on there. The man then says that money was inside the pineapple. The wife then opens the plastic bag and realizes that there was also a letter inside. She then proceeds to read the note. The note said that money she for the man to take care of his wife and buy medicine for her. She said that she had seen when the man had received the counterfeit money. She says she hoped that money would help the man. She then said that she had a job offer for the man and that she was waiting for him in her office. The wife is very happy and says that now her husband has a steady job. She then realizes how much money was inside the pineapple. The man said that with that money, they could pay for the woman's treatment. The wife then thanks the man for being a good and honest person.